Welcome to Judge of Ghana TV. Akwa Baba, Judge of Ghana TV so.
Galamsey is a complex one. When I come into office, I will win that fight in 4 months.
Liar, liar pants on fire.
Galamsey is a complex one. When I come into office, I will win that fight in 4 months.
Liar, liar pants on fire.
Galamsey is a complex one. When I come into office, I will win that fight in 4 months.
Liar, liar pants on fire.
Galamsey now! Galamsey now! We will continue this fight and we will continue this struggle until our water bodies are protected and until our colleagues and comrades are free. Galamsey now! President Akufo-Addo, Galamsey now! We will continue this fight and we will continue this struggle until our water bodies are protected and until our colleagues and comrades are free. Galamsey now! President Akufo-Addo, Galamsey now! We will continue this fight and we will continue until our water bodies are protected and until our colleagues and comrades are free.
In this episode of Judge of Ghana TV, we compare the Stop Galamsey Now protest with the New Patriotic Party protest. But before that, did you see the video? We started the show off with, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama during election 2024, promising to bring an end to Galamsey in 4 months after his tenure, which we have not seen as yet. And it's now 9 months after he came to office. And who did we see sitting in the background but the chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Johnson Asiedu Nketia? Oh, thank God for social media and the internet, because without it, Chairman Asiedu Nketia would have got away with the narrative that he told Umaru Sanda Amadu about during his interview a few weeks back, where he said that the National Democratic Congress never promised to impose a state of emergency and bring a stop to Galamsey now. Well, you heard it from the horse's mouth. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama said, when given the nod as President of Ghana, the second coming of John Dramani Mahama, which happened on 7 January 2025, when he was sworn into office. He said within 4 months of him starting his tenure, he will stop Galamsey now. We're still waiting. We are still waiting. In terms of the Stop Galamsey March walk, the turnout was low, but then it's understandable. It's understandable that the turnout will be low because what happened in 2024 in the first edition of the Stop Galamsey Now protest organized by Democracy Hub, Fix the Country, was that a lot of people were hauled into jail and mistreated. So I think a lot of people weren't sure what would actually happen under the National Democratic Congress regime under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, because they seen what had happened under former President His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Bawumia's regime. They seen what had happened, so people were worried about what will happen. That is why I believe the turnout was low. It doesn't mean that people are not disturbed by illegal mining, Galamsey, we are all feeling the effects because it's coming through the food chain and the water chain. And there are many shortages, like in the central region. Somebody was saying the other day that Sakomno hasn't had flowing water for some time. So different areas are suffering because of the polluted water through illegal mining. But our leaders are not being truthful to us. And I listened to what this child said at the vigil. Let's take a listen and watch this.
If we drink the Galamsey water, we will die. And I'm afraid to die. I don't want to die. I'm too young to die. Please, Galamsey should stop. Stop Galamsey now. Stop Galamsey now. Save and protect the children. We are dying. Stop Galamsey now.
You heard and saw what the child said, and it's very appropriate and very apt. I don't think I have more to say. We are destroying our future as a people. The longer Stop Galamsey now doesn't happen, the longer it takes for it to happen, we are creating, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, we are creating a sick nation. And when you have a sick population, a sick nation, unfortunately, you won't be able to fulfill your main promise, which is a 24-hour economy. Another thing I want to talk about is a bit of a side issue, but I think it's pertinent to bring it in here. I want you to see this video I took. I'm recording this to show how dark the streets have become. The street lighting, it doesn't appear to be working. It seems like since January 2025, it has stopped working. Street lights have stopped working. This is a very busy road from North Industrial Area. But look at the state of the road. Dark. How 24-hour economy is going to thrive with these street lights that are turned off? I don't know. I'm recording in the dark just to prove a point. Look, some people walking on the street, but they're so dark. This is terrible. So I don't know whether it's just me or different people have noticed that a lot of the street lights are no longer working. I don't know whether it's just me, but I've noticed that street lighting has become a problem since January 2025. It has become a problem. So I just took a video one evening and just to prove my point. It's becoming very dark at night. And if we don't have a properly functioning street lighting system, I believe that 24-hour economy program is doomed. Because you can't expect people to walk in darkness at night to do 24-hour economy. Because it's not safe. Even with light, it's not safe. But the safety is even more reduced in darkness, because if even somebody is attacking you or robbing you, you can't see the person because it's too dark. So we need street lighting in all the areas to be working at night, to be functioning. The street lighting on this particular road, which I took the video of, the street lighting used to be on at least for many, many years, like say at least 4 years prior to January 2025. The street lighting was always on. And it's not that we don't have the street lights there. They're there, but they're not working. So if they're there, they should be functioning. So this is something that the government should be aware of. We have a street lighting problem in Ghana. Even when the street when the street lights are there, they are not functioning. So please get the authorities to make sure the street lights are working wherever they exist. It will help to fulfill your 24-hour economy. Another thing that will really help the 24-hour economy coming back on track is stopping Galamsey now, because having good health is your wealth. Without good health, you can't make wealth. And this is the problem that the government of John Dramani Mahama has. You have to make a decision, because your decision determines your destination. Are you going to just focus on making money without putting sense around it through the gold board? Or are you going to put the health of your people, the citizens of Ghana, first? That is the decision that is ahead, and the decision that the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, is faced with. You are at a crossroads now. You've got to make a decision. The love of money or the health of the people. That is the decision at stake. So all these excuses that are basically does not make sense. That it's not time yet for state of emergency. I don't care the euphemism and the words that you use. All I care is that stop Galamsey now. Whether you are banning it, whether you are putting state of emergency, just get rid of the thing, because it's not good. Like when there's bad food in the system, how you get rid of it? Do the same thing for illegal mining, Galamsey. And I beg to differ. People say that, oh, not all mining, small-scale mining is illegal. Look, whether you have the license or not, what makes what you're doing in terms of, small-scale mining illegal is the methods you employ, not the fact that you have a license or not. If you're not using state responsible mining techniques and responsible mining methods, you are engaging in illegal mining. And the only way you can tell if somebody who has a license and the ones that don't have a license, or the one who has a license is doing the only way you can tell if the one that has the license is actually using responsible mining techniques is through monitoring and evaluation. But how can you monitor and evaluate a small-scale miner when you haven't taught them and given them access, whether they buy the system that makes them be able to mine responsibly, or you give it to them for free? They've not had the training. So what kind of small-scale mining are they going to engage? They're going to engage in what is the cheapest, and the ones that they know. And most likely, if they haven't been trained on responsible mining methods, because if the small-scale miners had been trained on responsible small-scale mining, they would be using those methods. But since they've not been trained, and the cheapest and fastest way to get gold is by using the illegal mining methods, whether you call it small-scale mining or you want to separate it from the illegal ones and those who have licenses, having a license doesn't make your methods legal. In short, having a license doesn't make your methods legal. So all of them, you need to ban small-scale mining, full stop. and then train the people. First, clear the land and the water. People seem to think the only thing that is being destroyed is our water bodies. But no, it's the land as well. The lands are being destroyed because the chemicals are seeping into the land and the water. And I'd like us to go to Exodus 7 in the Bible, because there God told Moses to turn the waters of Egypt into blood. And the Bible says that this happened for just 1 week. And the people of Egypt could not eat or drink for 1 week, by force, fasting, without water and without food, because the water was so polluted. And that was God polluting the water. So imagine human beings polluting water for at least 32 years or more through illegal mining, or let's say 20 years even through illegal mining. But it's only by grace that the people of Ghana are still alive, like largely. And we haven't all died. It's only by grace. But there's a saying, the Bible says that you can't continue in sin and expect grace to abound. And this is what we are trying to do here in Ghana. We are continuing in sin, destroying our water bodies and our lands, and expecting grace to abound. And our president, who is a Christian, a strong Christian at that, is saying that it's still not time for us to employ a state of emergency, when he himself said he will make sure Galamsey is stopped within 4 months of his tenure. It's now 9 months. So he has even failed to keep his own promise. There's a saying that your word must be your bond. Even the Bible tells us that don't make foolish promises, foolish pledges, foolish vows. If you know you cannot fulfill the vow, don't make it. So why did His Excellency John Dramani Mahama make a vow to the people of Ghana, the citizens of Ghana, that when we vote him into power, within 4 months, he will make sure Galamsey is eradicated? Why did he make that statement? You've just seen the video. That is why I love social media and the internet. Our politicians will say they will cut their nose to spite the face and say that what we are saying is a lie if there wasn't video evidence of them saying it. In the past, before social media became big and internet became big in Ghana, our leaders were just making a mockery of their citizens, because there are many things they said and do and did that we never heard about. So we couldn't even make super informed decisions because we didn't have information. We didn't have evidence. Somebody might tell you, oh, this and that happened, but it became like Kwekwanan's story. You thought it was a fable. But if you'd seen and heard it for yourself, because social media existed, and this is what has made, you see, our politicians, especially the New Patriotic Party, should realize that things have changed. The way voters vote and the way they get their information and the way they verify information before voting. Social media and the internet has a lot to is very, very important, a very big part of their decision-making process. And people on social media are just not talking. They're also providing evidence of what the people said and what the people did. And everybody has become a journalist, because if you carry a phone that has a camera in it and possibly voice, you can record. You can record multiple things. You can take pictures of things. You can leak secrets. And this is what is making our leaders accountable. The proliferation of internet and social media and content and videos and sound bites is what is keeping them accountable. I don't think Ghanaian leaders will be accountable. The level of scrutiny and accountability is parallel to the growth in social media and the internet in Ghana and in Africa. Because without it, our leaders would get away with literally murder. They would. Because you don't have evidence. So when you say a story that, oh, this happened, because you don't have evidence to show the person, they won't believe you. And then they'll follow what the leader is saying, even if they're lying. But now we have social media. So you can't trick us. You can't trick us. And what saddens me is when I watched the interview of Chairman Johnson Asiodun Ketia, the chairman of National Democratic Congress, NDC, his interview with Umaru Sanda Amadu of Channel 1 TV the other day, a few weeks back. He said that the National Democratic Congress never promised the people of Ghana to bring a state of emergency. Well, you just heard His Excellency John Dramani Mahama promising to do that in 4 months. And funnily enough, who did we see sitting at the back there? Was it not Johnson Asiodun Ketia? Without video evidence, this man would have told us that this thing never happened. Thank God for social media and the internet and cameras in phones. Wow. It has exposed them. It has exposed them. So, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, oh, you are, do something, because it looks like your word is not your bond. The Bible says that by your words you shall be justified, and by your words you shall be condemned. So your words, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is speaking against you at the moment. So do something, because Galamsey is a matter of life and death. It's a matter of life and death. Listen to what the children said.
If we drink the Galamsey water, we will die, and I'm afraid to die. I don't want to die. I'm too young to die. Please, Galamsey should stop. Stop Galamsey now. Stop Galamsey now. Save and protect the children. We are dying. Stop Galamsey now.
Now let's listen to the convener of the Fix the Country, Oliver Barker-Womowo, lawyer Oliver Barker-Womowo, what he had to say to the journalist.
A number of police officers already here and getting ready for this protest to happen. Let me see if I can stick to Oliver Barker-Womowo. Yesterday, you just came right from the airport and you joined the vigil. How did yesterday's vigil go for you?
I don't know why yesterday I was so excited. It was refreshing to be back again on the street. It was refreshing to see colleagues who had a year proud being arrested, kept in jail, to find each other again. It felt like family, and I was very happy to be able to join colleagues and raise the awareness about this issue.
So what is going to happen today from here to Jubilee House? What exactly is the plan?
So the thinking is, we always say that the protest is explained as we're moving from point A to point B. That's it. It's a walk, but it's the most significant walk you can endeavor on. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to walk, and that's what we're going to be doing, raising attention to the issues that we've been talking about consistently.
Will you present a petition at Jubilee House?
Oh no!
Because I know you have been averse to presenting petitions in the past protests.
We don't do petitions. I think that our petition, our voice on the street, those who want to understand the issue can join us. We've been writing and talking about this issue consistently. That the positions are clear enough, and so we don't perform.
Yesterday, before you arrived, Mustafa Bande had come in to try and convince the protesters to disperse because he believes that there will be other avenues to communicate with government. What do you make of that? And there was, of course, some rebuffs from certain elements within the government telling him that that should not have happened. What did you make of that?
Listen, I think for me the most important thing is the shift that we have seen over the past few weeks. You know, we fought for almost 4 years about the citizens' right to petition their seat of government, to stand there and raise their voices. We've seen that. Now, nobody was raising any concerns. The president is out of the country. It's a different change of environment. So if today what we are contending with is a government official coming to tell people, stop it, I think that we've made progress. Maybe tomorrow they will understand and join the protest. But I think the progress is being made.
The protest is about to start. And let me ask you one last question. Yesterday, some of your colleagues spoke about how young people do not feel the urgency with this. Some of them are not coming out in terms of the numbers. If this was a political party rally on any matter, the numbers would have been much more huge. Does the numbers make any difference for you?
No, absolutely not. I think let's be clear on this. I do not share that sentiment. I do not think that the responsibility about fixing this problem should now become a young people's problem. We shouldn't look for the fact that those who are duty bearers have failed us to now become that the fact that young people did not show up, it means that they are not serious. They have been serious. They have been knocking on this. There are many times where they have been on the streets in their numbers. And so there's a sense of desperation, there's a sense of maybe losing the belief that, you know, duty bearers can care about it. So it's not their problem. It's the fact that we have elected people to fix this problem, and they must fix it.
Thank you very much, Oliver Bakabon. All best. And so that's Oliver Bakabon explaining to me what is going to be today. Perhaps.
Did you hear that? He said that Mustafa Bandi, who is the Deputy General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, came to the night vigil, anti-Galamsey, Stop Galamsey Now night vigil, and tried to tell the people at the vigil to not do the protest the next day and to stop the protest because the government is doing something about Galamsey, when visibly we are not really seeing much because the evidence of the level of pollution has skyrocketed. So whatever they are doing, it's not enough. You know, maybe what they're doing is the kingpins, the new patriotic party kingpins are changing hands to National Democratic Congress, NDC kingpins and queenpins in Galamsey. That is what they are doing. And the net effect is that because of the gold board, it has motivated people to work overtime. So maybe 2 or 3 groups of people are working the land. When some go to sleep, some new group of people are working the land. That is why the tepidity has gone skyrocket up. So they are not sleeping. They are working ferociously to extract gold so they can sell it to the gold board and make money. Because it seems like whatever they produce, Ghana Gold Board will buy it. And they will get money. So they are motivated by that. And clearly, the kingpins have changed hands because I'm very sad too, but there's an allegation going around. I saw this on We Are for Ken TV that the women's organizer of the National Democratic Congress, and I think she's the head of the Minerals Investment Fund, MIF. Unfortunately, there's a rumor going around. Allegations are that she's involved in Galamsey. And this is the person of Hannah Bisu Kote. I pray that it is not so. This is just a false allegation or a false rumor, because I'll be very saddened to hear that she's involved herself in illegal mining in Galamsey, because the impression that she was creating by her, uninformed and unnotified incursions into Galamsey sites to try to curb the menace was that she was actually doing something positive. But it seems like she's sunk to the same old, she has succumbed to Galamsey. As the Kejemfua, the women's organizer for the New Patriotic Party, succumbed to Galamsey too. So it's sad. If it's true, it's sad. I pray it's not true, but it is sad if it's true. Because she appeared to be a crusader against Galamsey, but clearly the love of money may be, more than seeing that righteousness and justice is done. I don't know. But if it's true, it's sad. Let's carry on. There was another, one of the Fix the Country protesters, and I felt he had a very strong message. I heard his message on Ghana Web. And so let's listen to him. And what he's saying is so apt. I don't think I've got anything else to add. Let's take a listen to this and watch this.
Yeah, what's your placard saying? Our placard is saying that we will soon be importing water to support the manufacturing of drugs due to Galamsey. Look, our message is simple, that the problem of Galamsey is not new to us. And the solution to end Galamsey has been well advertised and has been well accepted. And the solution is twofold. One, repeal LI 246-2. Two, declare a state of emergency. The problem is not far-fetched. The same parliament that passed the LI 246-2, giving permission for people, reckless people, irresponsible people, greedy men and women, bloodthirsty men and women, to be mining in our rivers, to be mining in our forest reserve. It is that same parliament that must repeal the LI 246-2. President Mahama, the NDC has overwhelming majority in parliament. Two-thirds majority. What are you waiting for? It is taking too long. It is taking too long. And to declare the state of emergency, it will take only 3 days. It will take only the president 3 days to declare a state of emergency. Therefore, if they are telling us that declaring the state of emergency is something laborious, something so complex, and something so complicated, them that it is a palpable lie. It's a palpable lie. When some judge said Galamsey can be ended in a week, he wasn't lying. He was saying the truth. Because when you declare the state of emergency, it activates all our security officials. It elevates the situation of Galamsey to a pedestal where we all accept that it has become an existential threat. Existential threat is anything that threatens your very livelihood. Your very livelihood, the food we eat, the water that we drink, our very survival. Therefore, we are saying it again. President John Dramani Mahama, we believed in you, we voted for you, and you are now the president of the Republic of Ghana. Exercise that presidential powers and declare the state of emergency. Any attempt to gaslight us, any attempt to drag it, any attempt to prolong the declaration of state of emergency, you are only telling us that you don't care about us. You are only telling us that you lied your way to power. You are only telling us that you only took the people of Ghana for granted. If it is the strategy of the NDC, if it is the strategy of the finance minister to use proceeds from Gold Board, to use proceeds from Galamsey to stabilize the economy, so that we are saying that when BOG said that the government is using $4.6 billion to inject into the forest market so that the dollar will be stabilized. If that is the strategy, then we are telling the president that then that is a blood money economic strategy. Then that strategy is a cicadro strategy of the economy, and we reject it and we don't want it.
Did you hear what he said? I don't think I got anything to add. What he said, I agree with 100%. I agree with 100%. And then let's go on to the protest of the New Patriotic Party. So the protest for Stop Galamsey Now, the night vigil was on Sunday, the 21st of September 2025. And on Monday, the 22nd of September 2025, was the actual walk from East Legon, Shashi to Jubilee House. So let's listen to what let's watch and see some other clips. And then when we come back, we'll talk about the New Patriotic Party walk or protest. Take a listen and watch this.
This president will not do it. Then we are hopeless. Because first of all, I actually thought that Nana-Addo should have been the one man to have fixed this problem because he wasn't standing for election anymore. He should have left with his name high. He didn't. This president is a one-term president. If for nothing at all, one of your closest people died. Omanuni is not a friend to the president. It's his brother. One of his closest confidants. If you can look, Mr. President, you can look at those children, you can look at Yahweh, all of them, you can look at those children, his wife, and still be superintending this thing on your own. Honestly, we must be men with some little honor. Even amongst thieves, there's honor. What is this? We lie. What is the turbidity that you found at
Kwenyaku Waterworks? That is 94,800 NTU.
What was it last year when we were told that it was 14,000, all of us got up? What was it? Tell the people of Ghana.
So in that same vicinity, the same central region, the different plant, it was 14,000.
Our politicians are dumb liars. They should stop it. We give you a mandate to serve us, to help posterity. We don't give you a mandate just to lord, enjoy the largesse of public office. Okay, at least give us our peace back. True service. It was 80-something thousand last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, 14,000.
No, you found someone be 84,000.
Yeah, 84,400. That's now. That is, that's the 6th of September.
The 6th of September, we have 84,000. What are we hearing? The only thing we had was 30-something thousand.
Yeah, it was 32,000 like 3 weeks ago when the Ghana Water Company boss went to visit. But when we went 6th of September, just 2 weeks on after the president has spoken.
Central region is just a few minutes away from here. Just a few, as if our road were proper. In fact, Kaswa is central region.
And you know, the regional minister, when this happened, he was there. He said he wanted a state of emergency.
Did you see what Gabriela Tete said? She's angry. She's going to marshal her people to go and fight illegal miners. Gabriela, you're my friend. You're a very sweet person. Don't waste your energy. Go and fight your government. They have the power to control this. There's no reason. We sat here, we had ministers who are sitting in cabinet today who said that if a government was serious, in 1 week.
Yes, correct.
Did you hear that?
I heard it.
Yeah.
Are they not sitting in government? What has happened to the 1 week? How many months now? Where we are now, it's not NDC MPP. It's the future of our children. Today, we are selling Kirkland water. Go to Cantonments, you find Kirkland water. Go to East Legon, you find Kirkland. Do you know Kirkland?
Tell me.
Costco US water.
Yep.
We find Voss, it's being retailed. So like the way we are importing water. You're Jimurov. Hey, we are importing water. It's not even Belacqua. It is not Vortic. We are importing Voss.
I wrote an article a couple of days ago. Being massaged. It's being massaged.
This is a problem you should massage.
It's not NDC MPP matter.
Okay, now on the New Patriotic Party MPP walk or protest.
I took my phone. One of our party lawyers, Counsel Afuakwa, who came and stood in as counsel for these ladies. Mr. President, it will interest you to know that these ladies were kept for 96 hours before they were put before court. And even when we told the court that the 48-hour rule had been broken, the court still admitted them into police custody for 2 weeks. Mr. President, this is so gross, so wrong. We cannot treat the very young people, the budding, teeming youth of our country in such a disgusting manner. And I know that in your conscience, you know it is not right. That is why we are appealing to you that call your state agencies to order the flagrant abuse of power, selective application of the law, selective injustice is becoming one too many. That endangers the democracy we are all enjoying. Your Excellency, this petition is yours to go through. And we demand of you to immediately ask the security agencies to stop the Rambo-style arrest of individuals and apply the law equitably and fairly, that MPP members are not second-class citizens of this country. We equally pay taxes. However, when NDC people are at fault with the law, they are treated with kiss gloves. Classical example, being taxed and hoodlums who attacked Howard Kumsi and the rest at Ablekuma North in the rerun of the by-election. Recently, in Akwetia by-election, one of the communication officers in Ablekuma, in Ebuakwa North, threatened the life of the minority leader. The minority chief with Anotompre, Afenyo Markin, our national organizer, Nanabi, their lives. To date, a petition before the IGP, they have not been arrested. We saw your national vice chairman assault our national third vice chairman live on TV. Nothing has happened to him. Your Excellency, this cannot be a just society. And this cannot build a viable, thriving, beautiful democracy that works for all of us. That is why we are presenting this petition to you, that ensure fairness amongst the good people of Ghana, as you swore to do right to all manner of persons when you took the oath of office. On behalf of the youth wing and the party, this is petition from us to His Excellency the President. Thank you.
First and foremost, can I say a big thank you to the youth wing of the NPP party and for the orderly manner in which you have brought your petition. I am happy today to be actually standing in front of the Flagstaff House to receive your petition at the Flagstaff House, which in recent times would not have been possible. But today, you are able to come here and deliver the petition. And I can assure you that it will be given the necessary attention or the appropriate attention that it requires. Our president has always been a democratic, fair leader, following the principles and processes of democracy. And that is why, as you say, Ghana has been seen today as a bastion of democracy in the whole of Africa. So we will look at all the items that you have sent, and I believe everything is within the petition itself, and it will be given the appropriate recognition and points that it requires. And it wouldn't be long before potentially we will try and get some response to the petition that has been put forward. On that note, once again, I thank you for the peaceful march that you held in line with the democratic principles of our democracy. I thank you for coming to the Flagstaff House, and I thank the President for allowing us to receive this at the presidency, which marks a new step in our democratic dispensation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. But Chief, actually, under our
The New Patriotic Party were exposed on several fronts. Firstly, the New Patriotic Party seemed to want to boost the number of participants on the walk. So clearly, they used some underhand tactics and got some people and basically deceived them into saying that they were going for a meeting, and then brought them to the protest grounds and made them participate in the walk. So clearly, not everybody who was on the walk was there because of their own free will, as opposed to the Stop Galamsey Now protest. Everybody who was there came of their own volition, their own free will, and clearly no buses passed anybody in. I think that was one of the reasons why the numbers was small at the Stop Galamsey Now protest, because nobody was busting. You came there of your own volition, used your own means to get there. It wasn't a case of you were funded. But with the New Patriotic Party setup, people were funded. They were busting. Whether it was the MPs, it was the chairmen in the local districts that bus people in. They bus people in to boost the numbers, to create a false narrative. Because to be honest, if you're being asked to come and answer for your work because you are an appointee of the erstwhile Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo President, His Excellency, and Vice President Dr. Baumia's regime, and you're being asked to account for your work you did, and being asked questions, and you're being asked to report to the authorities. There's nothing wrong with that. And I expect that whoever comes in the next regime, when 2028 comes, will also do the same thing. They will expect accountability from the previous incumbent in the ministries and in the various appointee offices. So there's nothing wrong with that. So all this is it's like crying wolf. What New Patriotic Party are doing with all this, their protests, is their crying wolf. I don't think it's necessary. And they're trying to make more of a meal of something that it shouldn't be made a meal of. These people have done Ghana dirty, allegedly, and they need to go and answer. And if they can extricate themselves from the matter, they won't see a courtroom. If they can extricate the matter from a court case, criminal court case, they also be free. So they have to find a way to exonerate themselves. It's not a case of protesting on the streets. It's not going to make any difference. With the Stop Galamsey Now, protesting on the streets is just to bring awareness, but it's actually not going to make any difference. Okay? If Ghanaians truly want to take this Stop Galamsey Now protest to the next level, should His Excellency John Dramani Mahama fail to stop Galamsey Now, because the level of tepidity is so great. It looks like the Galamseyers are now taking turns to extract the gold through illegal mining methods. And there must be like a rota going on at these small-scale mining sites, because the level of tepidity suggests that people are working overtime to mine gold so they can sell it onto the gold board. That perhaps could be the reason why the level of tepidity has skyrocketed. Since His Excellency John Dramani Mahama took the presidency on 7 January 2025 and instituted the gold board, it seems like they are running a rotation system at the small-scale mining sites. This one comes in the morning, in the afternoon a new set comes, and in the evening another set comes. So while one set of illegal miners and small-scale miners are digging, looking for gold, the other set are also sleeping. So they are doing it on a shift system. That is the only explanation why the level of tepidity is so high. This could be the only explanation. 2 or 3 mining groups are working on one land and rotating it, because the massive increase is astonishing. And the fact that because we are all interconnected, look at the disaster that's coming from the eastern region into the central region. I was very sad to see the old man, and he said something. He said that this pollution of the water to make it totally brown started within the last 5 to 6 months. And this is the tenure of the National Democratic Congress. So since they came to power, the level of pollution of the water bodies and the land has shot up, skyrocketed. So when people say that, oh, the NPP did illegal mining and inflated the number of, gave a lot of licenses out in their 8-year tenure, Kufuor's government, and you can't compare that to John Dramani Mahama, I beg to differ, because the gold board will buy any gold and all gold that is produced in Ghana without exception. So why wouldn't that motivate small-scale miners to work a shift system so that they basically don't sleep just to generate gold and to sell it to the gold board? And this is what I believe is happening. Also, it looks like the old New Patriotic Party kingpins and queenpins are being replaced by National Democratic Congress kingpins and queenpins. Because Erastus Asaridonko has said for ages that the Member of Parliament of Alwyn is allegedly involved heavily in Galamsey illegal mining. But up to now, nothing has happened. And then let's don't forget Joseph Yamin and Abanga of the National Democratic Congress, who are being investigated for allegations of being involved in illegal mining Galamsey. So, as they say in Twi, you can't condone illegal mining and expect illegal mining to be eradicated. We are at a crossroads now. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, you need to make a decision. Are you going to stop Galamsey now and save the life and health of your people? Because without a healthy population, your 24-hour economy plan will not work. If Ghana becomes a sick nation, and we are sliding into that, becoming a sick nation, then there's a problem. If we become a sick nation, there's a problem. The 24-hour economy will not work. And what good is it being a president of a country where the people are sick or dead? To what end? That is why you have to stop Galamsey now. You gave your word, and now your word has elapsed. So you have told a lie. Because your word, the time span you gave for achieving your work has lapsed by 4 months and over. So where do you stand, His Excellency? Do something, right? Because if His Excellency will not do anything about Galamsey, then Ghanaians have to start looking at impeaching the president, because allowing Galamsey to carry on is a matter of life and death. It is basically the president allowing genocide to happen in Ghana. That is the effect, the net effect of Galamsey. It is genocide. It is genocide in action. So let's don't get it twisted. If His Excellency, the President of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, doesn't want to listen to the citizens of Ghana, the majority, and he wants to be sure he's doing the bidding of the majority, he should hold a referendum on Stop Galamsey now. And I'm certain he will get a majority of persons. More than 80% of the population will agree that we should stop Galamsey now. And he should stand on that referendum and stop Galamsey as soon as possible. If he's fearful that, because the number of people who are engaged in Galamsey do not compare with the number of people who are not into Galamsey. Most of us don't do Galamsey, but we are paying the price through increased tariff or tariff demands by the water company, electricity company. And it's of none of our doing. We shouldn't be paying for the mess of the small-scale miners and the illegal miners. They should be paying for the damage. And in fact, they should be clearing the water. And they should be clearing the land. That is what should happen. That is why I like the Great Transformational Plan of Alan John Kojo Chiramate, because he gave a step-by-step guide as to how to eradicate Galamsey. Neither New Patriotic Party or National Democratic Congress gave a step-by-step plan. However, as you've heard, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama promised to end Galamsey in 4 months. What are we seeing now? Nothing's happening. The New Patriotic Party, let's listen to some of their comments. But to me, it's a waste of time. It's a pointless exercise. But nonetheless, everybody is free to express themselves. So we leave it at that. It won't stop anything. The authorities are going to continue to investigate the appointees of former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And if they find them, they manage to exonerate themselves, fine. If they don't exonerate themselves, let the law take its course. That's what I have to say. If you like this type of content, I would like you to like, share, subscribe, and comment. But before I go, I would like to say something. And I would like to say, Ghana first, always. Bye for now, and see you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Kindly go to www.kofi.com/coachwright. There you can download 2 free ebooks. The first ebook is Daily Devotional on Leadership. This will assist you to become a better leader. We also have Unmasking Corruption in the 54 Nations of Africa. This is a very interesting read.
Father God of the